Hi, my name is Casey Donnelly and I'm the Communications and Safe Sport Coordinator for Bowls Canada. I invite you to join me as I get to know Canada's national squad members through a virtual chat. In this next interview with a national team member, I got the chance to chat with Pat Bird, a member of the senior squad. So how did you first get into bowls?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Saskatoon, and we were on vacation up in Prince Albert National Park, Waskesiu, in northern Saskatchewan. And like many national parks, they have a golf course, tennis greens, tennis courts, and a lawn bowling pitch. And it wasn't well used by any means, but we threw a few bowls there. I was a golfer at the time, and I remember rolling a bowl. I think I was about 14 or so at the time, and it seemed just like hitting a really long putt with a lot of break in it. And I knew I was good at that, and I was probably going to like this game, one day when I retired. And just after many years of golf, it got a little tough on my back. I was looking for something else to do competitively in the summer, and joined the local lawn bowling club.
Cool. So if it's similar to golf, yeah. Were you a natural when you first started, or did it take you some time to get into it?
I don't know what that. Yeah, I didn't go ahead and call it a relative term. I was probably better at judging weight than your average beginner, because just a lot of time spent on the practice putting green, judging weight. And it's a little similar to that, so my sense of weight was probably a little better than your average. But I mean, I was playing, everyone you're playing has been playing for years, if not their entire lives. And, it was pretty apparent they knew a lot of things I didn't. And I'm still learning today. But yeah, a lot of respect for the people who've been in the game a long time.
Fair enough. That's awesome. And why do you love the sport?
Oh, there's always lots of reasons, for bowls. I enjoy training at something and then applying, what I'm working on in a competition, testing yourself, both mentally and physically. You travel to great places. Bowls clubs are usually in nice places. They're on the beach in Broad Beach, or I played at a club for Canada. It was pretty much right on the beach in Cyprus. What a trip. I'd never go there if I wasn't a bowler, probably. There's a club down in California, Laguna Beach. It's on a cliff like 90 feet above the Pacific Ocean. So it's just an amazing spot. So the travel's really cool. And then the connections you make with people, for sure. I was playing in World Indoor Cup in Australia one year. I think this gentleman named Jan from Holland. And I happened to break the jack. I'd never broken a jack before. I'd never seen that happen. It was like a little magic trick of a cloud of dust, and it filtered down, and then when the smoke cleared, one half of the jack was up and one half was down. And after the game, the umpire came out and offered me the jack, and Jan said, "Can I have half the jack?" I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely." So we took a picture, and then a couple of years later, I was in Holland actually playing in a tournament, and Jan and his partner Saskia invited us over for dinner at their place in Amsterdam, and sure enough, there was his half of the jack displayed on his mantle. So,
wow, so love that.
Just connections you make with people from other provinces, other countries that you wouldn't make otherwise. It all wraps up to make the game so enjoyable.
For sure, that's so cool. So, what's your favorite bowls memory?
Oh, well, there's lots. One memory that stands out from the national team perspective, we were playing in China, in a fairly industrial area in China where tourists really don't go. It was like a 3-hour plane ride north of Hong Kong, and then a 2-hour bus trip. It was a team event. There were with coaches, there were probably about 10 of us there, and just like a different world. But we were people were so welcoming. We were treated like rock stars. Everywhere we go, we had an interpreter. There was a security detail that guarded us 24 hours a day. We were doing TV interviews. We were especially the young guys on our team were really popular. Autograph sessions until they, it was wild. And so that was certainly. I wouldn't want to live like that all the time, but that's almost like how a celebrity lives. It was quite an experience. So and we won, which made it a better experience.
Nice.
That was pretty cool.
So, what is a fun fact about you?
Oh, geez. I don't know about fun, but I certainly watch Major League Baseball a lot. I'm in a fantasy league, so I know the minor leagues a bit and who's coming up. what's going on. And so that's a nice, very, very economical form of entertainment that I do when I'm not bowling.
And do you play any other sports besides golf?
Well, yeah, my winter sport was curling, but when I got into bowls pretty heavy, it started to take a toll on my curling legs. I was trying to get away to the US for a tournament, or maybe away to Australia for a while, and so it just cut into curling so much that I kind of gave it up a few years ago.
Fair enough.
In the summer, before bowls, my sport was golf for sure. I played a lot of golf, and I've kind of gotten back into that. No tournaments in 2020 here for bowls, so got back into playing at least once a week with friends, and the long game's coming back. The ball striking is pretty good. Putting, the short game's got a ways to go though. So
fair enough.
Yeah, that's better than I thought it would be coming back to golf. So
nice.
I'm kind of encouraged by that.
Good for you. So what are your goals for your bowls development?
Yeah, this is a different kind of year with no tournaments. Our season's really compressed in Canada, as 3-4 months depending on where you are. Maybe more like 3 here in Calgary. But there's always a tournament that you're trying to get ready for. So there's a limit to what you can do. This year with no tournaments, I've really taken more of a long range view to it. There are some things you can do on the green that might not be good for you in the near term, but will make you better in the long term. So those are the things I've been working on this year, just getting my delivery a little tighter, a little more consistent, and doing some mental things too. The national team program's given us some resources to work on mindfulness training, and I've done some of that before, as have some others on the team, and there's been some. It's really a productive thing to do, both for your bowls and for your life, really. So,
interesting.
So we've been getting into that, yeah.
Cool. So what are some positive changes you've seen at your club or province since you started playing?
Yeah, I'm a member of 2 clubs here in Calgary. One's Calgary Lawn Bowling Club. We got moved out of the inner city and got a new location about 5 years ago. We got 2 really good greens. In the summertime when those are firm, they run a little like an Australian green where the wind is really dictating what's happening to the bowl. So that's really good training for us if we're getting ready for something down south.
Makes sense.
And we got some people involved in the local community in that club, and so they've really been doing a good job. I think they've held the Canadian seniors in 2018 at that club, and other than the weather being brutally cold in mid-September, as it happened to be for them that year, the club's been really successful. My other club is Rotary Park Lawn Bowls Club, which I'm about a block from here in Calgary, so it's very handy. And there I was on the board many years ago, and we're down to 19 members, and since then we've gotten a clubhouse through the efforts of many people, gotten a new clubhouse and built the membership up to over 200. And,
wow.
And most of the players are, I'd say age 50 and less. The leagues are all Monday through Thursday night. Very social, friendly play, but it's just little 5-end games, but it's they have a great time out there, and when I walk by, I can see some of them can play pretty good too. Just looking for a way to break into the competitive part of the game.
Right, that's awesome. Cool. So if you could tell younger you a piece of bowls advice, what would it be?
If I could tell anybody starting in the game, I'd probably say get a coach. That's very valuable. Get some direction. Try to play people that are better than you, because that's the way you improve. Try and extend the bowl season if you can, because that's an issue for us. It's pretty short. So if you can throw some bowls in a soccer center, even if it's not very flat, that's useful. If you can train in your garage, that's useful. If you can get down to the United States, there's some great tournaments down there in January and February to play, even if it's just for a week. And it's not everyone can do it, but if you can get down to some place like Australia for a month and experience their competitive environment and conditions, that's going to help too. And just try and get better. Just try and get better every day. That's what successful people do to get to the elite level they're at.
Fair enough. That's great advice. And that's all my questions.
Oh, that.